Okay, thank you very much. And Andrea, how are you?
Hi, teacher. Pretty fine, thanks.
Okay, it is nice to hear that.
Thanks.
Okay, so let me ask you, did you receive the information related with today's encounter?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So basically, the dynamic is going to be the same as always. We're going to take the listening comprehension quiz at the beginning, and then it is required for you, in order to talk about the video, to say what was wrong or missing in the video, and probably some corrections you could add to this interesting and funny video related with the IELTS test, and probably explain why certain parts were funny but at the same time wrong. Okay, some of them are really obvious, and some others probably we need to really take care, because sometimes if we do not if we do not know the information, or we probably do not understand properly the question, we could do basically the same, which is give a wrong answer. And of course, sometimes if we understand part of the question, and probably some others we do not know anything about the words, or we do not recognize the vocabulary, so there are many mistakes we can make in this kind of situations. And something important to understand is that we need to get prepared, we need to be well informed, we need to recognize what we are going to talk about in order to give proper answers, and not only to give full answers, but proper answers and meaningful. That's the best and the most important part of giving correct answers in these kind of tests. So okay, we're going to discuss about it later. And at the beginning, as I said before, let's take the listening comprehension. Remember to be aware about the time, because you need to be sure if you have 5 or 10 minutes to do it well. Okay, I'm going to send to you the link for that quiz. Okay. All right. I sent it to you already, so please let me know if you got it.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, thank you. All right. Okay, so please let me know as soon as you finish, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's continue with the second part of this encounter, which is related with the video that I was talking about. And something that I would like to ask you is to give your wall impressions, and let's try to discuss about the proper way or the correct way to answer in these cases some simple and basic questions. Sometimes we think that we need to give long answers to difficult or hard questions, but even if we are asked about simple one, it is necessary to try to go further, okay, to try to not only give a simple or short answer, but try to give enough information to try to make the other person to have the idea clear and to be really show that we are really attentive and we need and we want to give the whole bunch of information that is required in every single situation. Okay, so I'm going to give you at least 5 minutes to please talk about everything. Try to say why it was interesting for you, and the basic question is how is the way to get or to score 0 in IELTS test, of course related to the video. So tell us and convince us why it's necessary to give a different type or kind of answers. So Andrea, is it possible to start with you? Would you like to be the first one?
Yes, teacher, no problem.
Okay, thank you. So you have plenty time, so go ahead.
Okay. This video was really interesting for me. I had never seen something like that before, so it was quite funny, and also I enjoyed a lot. Even I was laughing all the time, every single moment I realized what was happening there. I think it would be a good tool to share with other teachers. Yes, teacher?
Yes.
Is the sound okay? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. And I think it would be a good idea to share it with other teachers because it let us see or notice that when you are presenting these kind of exams, preparation is really, really important. That you know how the exam works. So it is important to know the parts and what information is there. I think that the one in the video was just the first part of it, basic information, personal information. But even though the candidates were having problems of communication, basically. I could say that all of them had good grammar when answering. They had good pronunciation. They constructed things that were, let's say, correct, but they didn't answer what the examiner was asking. That was the key point. That was the problem. That the examiner was asking something, and then the other person misunderstood or didn't know what to say maybe in that moment, and then we get answers like those. Talking about the part of the ice cream, that was really, it made me laugh a lot because it is. I can see that the person that is presenting the exam had a problem with phonetics and pronunciation. Yeah. So when you don't distinguish in the context what word is the other using, if it is this ice cream, you either if it is the ice cream she specified that was the cream she uses for her eyes. So then we have the problem. So it was basically like the context and the pronunciation. I haven't had problems with C and C, for example, And then students say, teacher, how do you differentiate C and C? So I tell them they're homophones, there's no way to differentiate them, just when you have them in sentences or people saying something. Then if I'm saying, oh, I want to this beautiful sea, obviously it is the ocean. So that part is important. The other one that was really funny, that was quite interesting, was the girl that just smiled. So she was asked several times something, and then she was kind of very anxious and she didn't know what to say, so she just smiled. Smiled is a way to convey meaning, and we know that when you're smiling, you're trying to say something, but obviously this is not a way to have an answer. This is not a way to answer properly and correctly in an exam like IELTS or the other exams we present to certify the English level. So just smiling is not gonna work, even though it was so funny. Then we had the part of come from, and then the person understood just the end of the question. It seems that it was difficult for her to know what was the examiner saying at the beginning. So at the beginning, it was like the main part of the question, and the last part was just giving her like a compliment of what was being asked. Then she just said where the country she came from. Then again, we had the same problem. Obviously, she didn't understand the first part. And it was difficult for her to give a correct answer, a good answer. So she said just what comes first to her mind. That's part of I come from China. Right? And so if you follow all the things that are happening there in the video, then you see that what is constant there, the problem that is always the constant, it's that the person are there, not that they lack preparation for facing the exam. Obviously, it's a funny way to show it. We can have a little bit of joy looking at that, and then there are jokes about that. But I'm pretty sure that in real life there must be moments when that happens. In fact, I had some of them last week. My students at school are preparing for FPE, and they had the exam on Friday. So we were doing mocks on speaking parts, and I have a girl that is, I'm pretty sure she's not ready for FPE, even though other parents volunteered to take that exam, and they wanted to do it. And then when I started asking her like the first part, she was looking at me like scared, and she said, "Teacher, I don't know what to say there." So she understood what was being asked, but she didn't know how to answer. So that it could be also another problem that we can be facing if something like that happens. So to avoid having that situation when we ourselves are presenting those kinds of exams, it is really good maybe to watch videos of examiners doing the exam to get to know how the exam works, what are we intended to do, and how to deal with different circumstances that can happen within the exam. As well as you're prepared, the better you are prepared, the best that the exam will go and it will flow without problems. It is a moment when we are kind of scared, anxious too. Maybe we have prepared everything, and then now at that moment we lost all ideas. It happens because my students told me, and it had happened to me too. But then the best thing, I think that it's kind of a suggestion, what we can do is to keep on working, keep on preparing, and try to be not that nervous on that day, because if you're prepared, you will forget. So that's my point. Thank you.
Okay, no, thanks to you, Andrea. Thank you very much. Andrea, I was wondering that probably you mentioned some problems that we usually faced in these kind of situations. But for you, what's the most common error people make?
Okay, for me, I feel that the most common one is when they don't understand what is being asked, and then they answer something that has nothing to do. For example, this is something typical, and it's when you ask AWS questions, then you are requiring information. Yeah, you need a place, a movement, a reason, and sometimes the others answer like yes or no, or just hesitate and they don't know what to say. So one of the most common mistakes I have seen, that more than mistakes they become kind of errors because they keep on doing that until the moment they realize that there are key things to do to answer that. So they start working on that, but before that, it's really complicated, and then they don't. For example, elementary students, sometimes they are not at the level of differentiating who, how, where, when, and then when you say how long, how many, and then they are kind of confused. They don't know if they have to say a number, a date, a reason. They know that it's information where it's being required in us, but then they don't know what kind of information do they have to say. So that's kind of the one more that it's more common.
Okay, thank you very much. So basically, it could be lack of information. Is what you just said, right?
Yeah, it is lack of information and misunderstanding. No, it is lack of information that they don't know. They know what they're being asked, but they don't know how to say it.
How to answer it. Okay, thank you.
That's not.
Thank you, Andrea. And let's continue with Carolina, please. Now it's your turn. Take your time. You have the word now.
Okay, teacher. Well, according to the video, I think that is really interesting for me, or find so interesting. The way that the
Carolina, sorry for interrupting you. Is it possible for you to turn your camera on?
yes, teacher. Sorry.
No problem.
Every time.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
Something that it's really interesting for me, or found really interesting about the audio recording. All the ways, or all the video, sorry, all the ways that the girl has to understand or has to see in the moment of the interview or the group. No. The patience that she is taking in that moment for each person, it's a really thing that I admire so much, because I think that she has to be really concentrated, and the project has to be so serious in that moment. So it's really important to take the time and to take the project really seriously, and try to understand and try to give the best of you at the moment to answer. I think that my partner Hilde is telling a lot of the information, but according to me, the part of the girl that is smiling was really funny, because, as she said, the smiles are really chill, or a really, I don't know, attitude to give a possibility or to give a chance to pass the exam. So for me, it was really nice, that part of the video. Another thing that was really interesting is how the people get the information at the moment to add something, misunderstood the meaning of the question, and maybe the answers too, because the pronunciation and the answer is not correct at the moment to give the explanation, and a lot of mistakes make us nervous, or I don't know. I think that people felt really uncomfortable according to the explanation of the test, or the question that the the person in that moment are asking to them. But I understand with that video that it is necessary to be really concentrate and try to keep on understanding the words, the possibilities to answer in a good way. As you said, it's really interesting. Use the compound, I don't know, information to give us understanding that moment and make that really simple and try to give the best of us. What else? Another question that was in the video for the man talking about the way that are so serious, and I try to. Okay, I say that it's important that they have to be so comfortable with the situation, as I said, and try to be refreshed and try to be, I don't know how to say that, really connect with the situation. She asked so many questions, and in that moment I think that they are so really nervous and for that they don't know, possibly don't understand. As me, I get so nervous, and in that moment I get blocked, so I feel discomposed, I feel disappointed, but according to the video, I understand that in that moment we have to be concentrated and try to understand and try to give the best response, the complete response, use the best vocabulary, try to give the correct information, and try to be connect or be understanding the questions that they are asking. I think that is so.
Okay, Carolina, thank you. Let me ask you something. Do you remember the girl who was from China, who was answering all the time, I'm from China, I'm from China? Do you remember that part?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking, why do you think that this girl was answering all the time the same, was giving the same answer all the time? What was the problem with this specific case? What was the problem with the girl?
Because the person that are asking, she said something about the city she's from. She is telling about the food, about the, I don't know, okay, this moment I can't remember that, but she was asking her about something that the country that she is from. So that is the mistake, because she understands always the where from. So I think that she answered really every time, I'm from China, I'm from China.
Okay. All right. So probably she was paying attention just to the last part of the statement of the sentence, and that's why she basically made the same mistake. So thank you.
Right, it's in that word. Yes, teacher.
Yes, thank you, Carolina. Thank you very much. All right. So, well, I will ask you another question that comes to my mind. And you think that, is it possible? Well, let me change the question. Do you think for you it is important to be well prepared in this kind of situations?
You're asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Okay. Good prepared? Yes, teacher, it's really important.
Okay.
In fact,
Thank you. I'm sorry. Now, you told me that it's really important to be well prepared. Now, what well prepared means for you?
okay, for me, well prepared is taking into account the points that you are giving to us, in what is the preparation, the tips that according to the vocabulary, according to the pronunciation, to the paying attention to the specific words to get our response, to use the correct, as the audio says, the correct body posture, to know and understand the topic exactly that you are asking. And you are, yes, that you are giving the answer, sorry. So, to know specific information, to give specific examples, for me is to be prepared, teacher. I think that it's really important to take into account the points that you are giving us and be concentrated. I think it's really important to be concentrated and be a little bit relaxed in the moment that you are giving the information of yours.
Okay, thank you, Carolina, for your answer. Thank you very much. And Andrea, I'm going to give you, I'm going to ask you a question, and it is how to score 0 in IELTS test. What could be your answer for this question?
Okay, to score your IELTS test, you just have to be ready to give all incorrect answers as possible. I mean, and not making an effort to understand what the examiner is asking you, but just trying to give an answer. Thank you. Just trying to give an answer based on what you suppose could be a correct or a possible answer. Maybe it's also a little bit of common sense, yeah. Preparation. I said if you are not prepared, if you didn't take the time to look at the exam, look at how it works, to practice. Maybe if you're preparing on your own, you can practice, you can record yourself trying to give the possible answers. But while I answering someone else this or that. So lack of preparation would be another key point for scoring 0. So if you are 0, do not prepare yourself for the exam. I think that controlling anxiety could be also an important thing. So if you leave your emotions that they get rid of you, it would be so complicated to have good exam even though you prepared so well. So it is not just preparation, it is like a mixture of things. There are people who take time, invest money, and do a lot to be ready for their exams, but then when the day comes, they don't know how to handle these stressful situations when you are under pressure, then everything gets really, really bad. They don't have like the capacity to maintain or to give the conversation. They feel that they don't know anything, even though they know it. So controlling yourself in terms of emotions and stress would be also really important. If you don't control yourself, you get 0. If you don't prepare yourself, you also get 0. If you don't make the effort to understand what the person is trying to ask you, also you will have a really bad score. But I don't know, teacher, if it is possible that they give you a 0 in the IELTS test. I don't know how is it marked.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure either, but it could be. I don't know. Maybe.
You fail, they don't. You don't. They tell you that you didn't pass the exam because they work with numbers. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. So yeah, they have to give you a number at least. I mean, only to give your name at least. But I'm not sure about the score. The score.
Yeah, because it would be really frustrating to make a big effort to get a 0. I know that in other exams they have the possibility to fail it, and then they tell you that you fail it. That is like the 0 you can get in IELTS. But yeah, if you're not ready, I mean, first piece of advice at all would be like, be sure you're ready to do it. Yeah, so if you're not sure you're ready, you better wait and get more preparation to have a good level there.
Okay.
A good end.
All right. Thank you. No, thanks to you. Okay, let's do an interesting exercise, and of course, it's related with the same topic. And if you noticed, all those questions were asked during the video were simple questions. Okay, they were just basic information. So what I want you to do now is I want you to please prepare two basic simple questions and ask to your mate those two questions, but you have to pay close attention to the answers, and at the end you will have to give a feedback to your mate in order to, from your point of view, say if she was correct or not. Okay? Remember that you're not going to ask a difficult question. You're just going to ask a simple question. Okay? Probably the simplest question. Okay? Are like those that you watched in the video. So the purpose of this exercise is to see the way we could answer this question in a real situation. Okay? But at the same time, we are going to pay really close attention to the answer, okay, to the response of the other person, to try to give, since our point of view, our feedback, okay, our comments about these answers, these two answers, okay? I don't know if you, okay, do you understand what we're going to do? You both?
Yes, teacher.
Is it clear?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Carolina, is it clear for you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need that I give you at least 30 seconds to think about your two simple questions, or you want to start right away?
Teacher, give us 30 seconds. Please.
Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. So remember that it is not going to be a difficult question. It's just a simple one, okay?
Okay, but it's necessary that according to the video that
Well, not.
the question
Well,
very
not.
include,
No, it's
or-
not necessary to repeat those questions, but try to make a simple question.
Okay.
Okay. And the feedback has to be related with if you think that the answer was too long, too short, if the other person used a proper vocabulary. So try to give a meaningful feedback, okay? So try to take notes if you want to, and let's ask a question one by one, okay? Not ask your question, your both questions at the same time. Is what I was trying to say. Just try to ask your question, let the other person to give you the feedback. The other person now has the chance to answer or ask, and then we're going to do the final question, okay?
Okay.
Are you all ready to start?
Yes, teacher.
All right, go. Okay. Okay, Andrea, ask Carolina your first question, please.
Okay, teacher. Thanks. Carolina, where do you live?
Okay, I live in Bogota, Colombia, actually.
Carolina, turn your camera please on.
Sorry, teacher.
No problem, no problem.
Please. I forgot how is it. Let me see, teacher. Okay. Yes, I live in Bogota, Colombia. Currently. It's my turn, right?
Well, it's
No. It's my turn for the second. Is that all right? You finished? Yeah? Sorry.
No, don't worry, but yes, it's my turn, teacher, right? Or no?
Well, is that the whole answer?
But you say that is
Okay, what do you think about Carolina's answer, Andrea?
I think that maybe it would be better to add a little more of information, yeah? Like you say, I live in Bogota. Bogota is a really good place. Remember that the person that is examining you do not know a lot about Bogota. Maybe she's
Yeah.
a Canadian. It's
yes,
another-
I was a little bit confusing, but no, don't worry. So I'm gonna
I
start.
like you again, yeah? I like you again. Where do you live? And then you give more information.
Okay, if you want, if the teacher is.
Of course, that's the purpose. Yeah, that's the purpose. Very good. Excellent job.
The advantage that we just do today, so we have plenty of time to do things.
sorry, I'm a little bit concentrated today.
No, don't. Where do you live, Carolina?
Okay, I live in Bogota, Colombia. Bogota is a city located in Colombia, as I said, is the main city of the country. That is a big city, an exciting city, in which you can find a lot of things, a lot of interesting things, according to its culture, according to the people, according to the good ways of being of everybody. There you can find a lot of people of another cities in Colombia, and it's an amazing city because you can find a lot of transportation. You can find many interesting places to visit. For knowing just culture now, for fun, for getting fun, for be with your family, for education. This is a good city.
Okay, thank you. And now the second question is, how do you celebrate your birthday?
My birthday. Okay, that is a good question. Normally, I just be with my family. In this case, my mom, my father used to be with me and share a little bit moment with maybe a cake or maybe having lunch in a special place. And I think that is the common activities that I do in my birthday.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
and
you for
Andrea,
me.
what's your opinion about Carolina's answers?
Okay, maybe I would suggest uh, trying to say things differently because it is repeated like describing Bogota. You can find a lot of, and then again you can find a lot of, and again you said other things, and again you repeat it, you can find a lot of. So it would be good to find like other ways to say the same, like it is a good place to, or you can visit. Going to this or that place would be interesting. So you can find like different ways to say it. Also, when you talk, when I ask you first, then you say that you live in Bogota actually, and I'm not pretty sure if that actually works well there because maybe what you wanted to say is that in nowadays, at this
Yes.
moment of life, you're living here. So actually, is not. It's like a false cognate, like you see actually like actualmente, but in English actually doesn't mean that. So we have a lot of those in English and Spanish, and they make us confused all the time. So it happens to me too. So that actually is en realidad. So in realidad, like actually, my name is Hilde, no Hilde, something like that. But then it's better to use there currently, or nowadays, or now I'm living here, but in the past I lived in places or something. Like that. So that was about the first one. And also, I suggest you give extra information when you have that those questions that are so easy, like what's your name, how old are you, do you like English? So it seems to be like just an answer of a word, but in order to give extra information, not that long, that then the examiner is like waiting for you to finish. But you know, in the second one, that was about your birthday, or the no, okay. I found some grammar problems, like I just be. Maybe you wanted to say it. I just am. It was difficult to understand that part. And then a little bit moment. It's like also a mixture of words that maybe when we're asking, we're anxious, and then we put things together that usually we don't put them together. But then we're examining and we're being examined, and then we say all these things we had never said. So it is like reviewing and practicing for those speaking activities, like speaking exams, specifically tasks, and then you will see that you will find ways to do it further. But it was good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Andrea, thank you very much for your feedback. It was really meaningful. Carolina, now ask a difficult question to Andrea. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Now, now's your turn with your two questions.
Okay, Andrea, what do you like to do in your free time?
Okay, my free time, I really love reading and listening to music. Those are like the two activities that I do almost every day when I have time. My free time is not that good number of hours because I study, I work, I have a family, so we share time together. My hobbies and my leisure activities are also the same ones with my husband and my son. So reading for my child would be leisure time for me too. So before he goes to bed, I read this part of a story to him. So that counts. I have discovered that my free time, it's time I share with my family. As I said before, I don't like, in fact, I don't like too much going out with friends and that stuff. I mean, people I work with or neighbors, going to parties. That is not entertainment for me. I prefer to do like reading, attending a concert, walking in a park, in a natural park, or maybe go hiking in the mountains. Could be activity for me.
Okay, and the next one is, where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Bogota. I was born here long time ago. I have always lived here in Bogota. My mother and my father, they were from different parts of Colombia. My mother was from Ubaque, that is a small town in Cundinamarca, and my father was from Neiva, that is located in Huila too. But I was born here, and I really love Bogota. I think that it's one of the best places in Colombia. You have everything here. If you want to go sightseeing, there are a lot of malls and shopping centers. Now talking about music, there are also different proposals that the mayor offers. So you can have opera, you can have rock, you can have salsa. There are pubs, there are bars, you can go dancing. So for entertainment, it's also good. Bogota is recognized as the capital city of Colombia. So universities and schools and all the education systems in our country has its best places for attending school or for attending a university here in the capital city. So I really love my city, and I think that it will pass a very, very big period of time before I move to another one.
Okay, Thank you so much, Andrea.
Okay, Carolina, do you have anything that you would like to say to Andrea related with her answers?
I think that is maybe at the moment we are asking to you what is the things that you like to do in your free time. Maybe we need some a little bit specific, right? You told me about different ways that you enjoy your free time, but I think in my way, my personal opinion, I think that you have to be more specific and try to focus in just one situation, I think. In the second one, maybe at the moment to say a lot, as me, very, maybe you get nervous, but it's on the only one mistake that I only at the moment you were telling me your answer.
Okay. Thank you, Teresa.
Was perfect.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, it was very good. It was a really nice exercise. We all make mistakes, but basically the purpose of this kind of exercises is to clarify our doubts maybe, and try to convince that if we are doing well or probably if we need to get better. And it is really important to understand that in the process of learning, we need to grow. We need to go further. We need to go deeper. And we need to understand that every time is the perfect opportunity to learn. Okay, so we will keep learning all the time. So that's the purpose of this exercise. Yes, with a basic question, we can learn a lot of things, and we now know how to do it better in the future. Okay, because there are many things we need to take in mind, and that was the purpose. Okay, very good. It was a really nice and interesting exercise. Now I'm going to send to you a picture. Okay, I think it's loading. Let me know as soon as you are able to see the picture, please.
Yes, teacher, it's there.
Okay, Andrea, what I want you to do now is, I was going to give you only one question, but we are only three, counting me. So yes, let's answer both questions. So Andrea and Carolina, please, I'm going to give you time to think about the answers that you could give to these two questions on top of the picture. I don't know if you can see well those questions, because yesterday I had some problems with the picture, and some students couldn't see the information properly. So can you read the questions?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and besides answering these two questions, I would like you to please ask two different questions, okay, related with the pictures. Okay, you can make up a different question. Okay, they do not have to be in relation with a specific picture. So you have here a bunch of pictures related with college life. So you can ask each other something related with school life or college life or whatever related with this topic. Okay, so ask two different questions, but it is going to be at the end. Okay, first we're going to give answers to these two questions, and then I will give you time to ask your two free questions. Okay, is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do both exercises. Answer these two questions and ask and make up your two questions. So I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Teacher,
Yes.
the questions have to answer according to all the images.
Your free questions?
No, teacher, the first one.
Oh,
And the second one that is in the picture, according to all the images. Yes?
yes, could be. We have enough time. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, let me know if you are ready or if you probably need more time.
Yes, teacher, I need more time.
You need more time? Okay. I'm going to give you only 1 minute, okay? So try to be ready in 1 minute. Okay, Andrea, please, would you like to be the first one answering these two questions?
Yes, teacher. Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question is, what impression of colors life does each picture give? So we have 6 different pictures. I will start with the first one. There we have an impression of college related to the campus, maybe. College implies being in a place where you have plenty of space, facilities. You have a gym, you have all these green areas where you can have a moment with your friends. You can share with them. Maybe you have a picnic, rest before you go to class. So I think that the first picture is describing Sunday of places and having colors. The second one is more related to libraries and what you originally go to college that is studying. So I think it represents working, studying a lot, that you need a lot of time, getting a lot of information, looking for different books where you can find things that your teachers assign you. So like on the teachers' college, I think in Colombia we have exactly the same perception. And these 3 people that are looking at a billboard, maybe there are information there. Maybe there are pieces of information that they are getting in. That college also gives you opportunities to work, to be a monitor, or to help teachers that have a lot of things to do. So there could be like the adverts for different offers on monitors or different things you can do at the university or the college to earn money and also to maybe have a work that it is also important when you are studying. Then we have the 4th one, that is the one on the left, that there are many people, they have their laptops and they're working on different things. This image represents that a college is like a uni, or when you can find people from different backgrounds. So we have there people from different social classes. You can also find the ones that love mathematics, others that they hate mathematics and prefer to and scientists, doctors, engineers, are like moment in a specific place in the university are encouraged to get the people who study with, but people from other careers, they share experiences about their time. Then we have a little one where there are two girls sitting down and talking, and I think they're having a good time there. And the picture let us see that college also offers you the opportunity of accommodation. So if you don't live in the city where your university is located, you can have a place to live, let's say. So they offer accommodation. It is good because people who want to come to big universities, they need a place to stay during the term. So that could be like an image that suggests that when you go to college, maybe you leave your family and then you move to another city to start a new life. That is what it represents to me. And the last one then is the soccer players. Soccer? Or I don't know, what is that? It's maybe soccer or the American one. Okay, it's a team sport. But it's also the opportunity for you to practice sports and recognize and well known for your abilities in other things or just like that specific area you are interested in. You can have the opportunity to outstand and be recognized, as I said before, as the one sportman, sportswoman who can contribute to the university prestige. It's well known that universities and their teams are like there's a connection between the universities are good teams in different. So it is also a way to show you that you don't just go to college. Activities one could be that sports one.
Okay, Andrea, thank you. And would you like to continue with the second answer, please?
Okay, the second one. Which aspect of college is most important for students to know about? I think that the most important aspect of college is to dedicate a lot of time to study, to spend a lot of. The second image would be like the one I identified with, the one of the girl at the library studying, because that's the purpose and that's the most important aim when you go to college. You need to be very aware of the fact that it is not as easy as it was. That is not impossible, but that it is important for your life, for your personal life, for your professional life, for your family too. You know that when you get graduated from the university, people really like that. Your mother, your father, brothers, sisters, they feel proud of the achievements others do in their family. And it's a reason to celebrate. So all those things together mean that you need to have a clear idea in your mind of what is your objective or your main purpose when you attend college, and that it must be studying, working hard, investigating, and contributing to how in your career, whatever you want to study, how can you build more things to construct a better society.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrea. Andrea, if you had the opportunity to choose on a specific situation related with these pictures, which is not really necessary in college life, which picture would you choose and why?
I would choose the first one. Because I really love green spaces, being outside, having this contact with nature, and I see that these people there are the boy with the green shirt is like barefoot, so it is also a moment of maybe they could be meditating or doing some yoga, and I really love all those kind of things, so that would be the one I selected because it's something I identify with. I identify with green spaces. I identify with open spaces too. I also identify with this close relation we humans have with nature. So that would be the one I selected. And I would be very pleased to be seeking their wisdom.
Okay. Probably I wasn't clear with the question I asked you.
Sorry.
And I was asking you that if you had the opportunity to quit, okay? If
I have to quit.
to quit, to probably say this specific
stop.
situation for me,
It's not
it's
worth
not necessary at all in college life.
Okay, so
What? No problem. So
I understood
what?
the other.
Yeah, you understood the opposite. But from your point of view, taking these pictures specifically, which situation for you it's not necessary in college life, and why?
Okay, I think that the last one is the soccer teams and the playing soccer. I don't know, experience here, studying here in Colombia. I know that sports are really important at universities, and I know that it makes part of the acknowledgement they deserve because they do a great job on that. That basically what I thought that the first place I went to study in my career, not this one, I was because here we don't have the opportunity to share that in that way. But when I had the opportunity to do it, I saw that people prefer to stay outside playing soccer or playing volleyball or doing those sport teams were kind of distractors. So for me, that sports part is not necessary. Also because I'm not a sport woman. No, I would say that playing soccer, playing badminton, playing baseball, playing whatever, it is not something that makes me feel interested in. I prefer other kind of activities. So I would say that it must be for our specific situation a distractor, and people would prefer to go and play soccer instead of attending class.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, now I'm going to give the word to Carolina, and at the end you will have the time to ask your 2 free questions, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Carolina, now it's your turn. Please, what are your answers about these 2 specific questions?
What impression of college life does each picture give? So according to the first one, teacher, I think that there are 2 impressions for me. The first one is people sharing with friends in maybe their free time, or in another case, maybe they are knowing new people into the campus or into the university or into the place that they are studying. And according to the second one, I think that my impression is obviously she is studying a lot. She is preparing an exposition or maybe searching for specific information, depending on the area that she is studying. They are so focused and concentrated in the investigation that is having for his career. According to the first one, it's important the first impression that they are being aware about the academic process, taking into account their grades or their positive or negative results after maybe some assessments. And they are having the opportunity to get an academic experience or academic opportunity in different areas. 1, 2, 3. The fourth one for me is the picture where you can find a lot of people They are discussing maybe before an exposition or an explanation about the teacher, discussing about topics in the class taking, maybe preparing some point of word group, depending on the area too. One, two, three, four, and the third one there is where the girls are talking. In that place, maybe in their bedroom. In that place, they feel so closer to one person. Maybe she's sharing with the another girl the same bedroom. Is the opportunity to get closer, to know about the privacy life, maybe, and to know all the secrets, the life of each one, maybe about the family, and that is the opportunity to create a really strong relation as a best friends, and approach of that in the academic area. And the last one, that is where they are practicing this sport. I think that it's my first impression is they are spending a lot of time, good time, practicing that sport, getting relaxed, and maybe maintain a positive attitude. And after I don't know, an academic experience, talking about the impression of college, right? And the last question, that is which aspect of college life is most important for us to know about. I think that for me, the most important is maybe taking into account the social relations in this moment. For me, it's really important to know which people is closer to you, to give experiences, to give opportunities, good opportunities, to know about specific information about the preferences in your life, the career that you want to study, and get closer to that people, good people, obviously, because it's necessary. Always working group, be close to that person that maybe give you the chance to be in the top, to be in the perfect enterprise, maybe, or give you the best advices to be a better person.
Okay, Carolina, thank you very much. Let me ask you the same question that I asked to Andrea. And if you had the opportunity to eliminate one of these activities, which one would you choose and why? Do you probably agree with Andrea to eliminate sports as probably the activity that is not necessary in college life?
No, teacher. In my personal opinion, I think that I maybe eliminate the image where are they two girls maybe living together. I think that is not necessary to live together to another person to be in the college. I think that maybe this possibility can be changed for give I don't know individual rooms, get privacy. I think that is necessary for everybody to get that privacy into our lives. Maybe just for relaxing or just for having a conversation with your family, with your boyfriend, with friends, and not always seem to the same person every time. I think that is a complicated situation in the determinate moment. I
Okay.
don't need that.
Thank you very much. Okay, now you have your two questions ready, Carolina? Or not
No,
yet?
teacher, no.
Not yet? Not yet? Okay. All right. So I'll give you another minute to prepare your questions. You think it's enough time for you?
Okay, if you want, I'm going to start. Don't worry.
Okay.
They are related to the college, right?
Well, yes, could be related with probably one of these situations happening in these pictures. But if you feel free to ask probably a different question, or of course related with college, but it doesn't need to be related with these specific situations. You can choose a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
So, it's for Andrea, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrea, so tell me about the first situation, the first picture. What do you think they are having so much free time in this moment?
I think they're having free time because maybe it is the end of the term. They have already finished all their subjects, and it was a good one for them. They didn't fail any of the subjects they were taking, so they decided to go outside and celebrate with a kind of a picnic. I think they're friends and they are in the same class, so they know that it was a hard term, that they had to study a lot, that they made their best. So now they just said that it would be so good to go outside, and it is summer, so it's a good day to it's a good day to share with your friends and talk about the good and the bad experiences they had during the term. And maybe within the term they didn't have the time to do these kind of activities. They just do it now because as everything's finished, now they have the time. They could be talking about that, how difficult it was, that there were some subjects that they thought they were gonna fail, but then at the end they made a big effort and they worked on that and they had good results. And that's why they're celebrating now.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. And my second one is about the picture that is on your left app, that where you can find the tree myth. So, you think that the results that they are seeing in this moment are positive or negative, or what kind of news they are having in this moment?
Maybe what they're reading now, it surprises them. They have a face like of surprise. They didn't expect that to happen. But at the same time that it surprises them, it's something good. They didn't know that was going to be published there. Maybe then, I suppose that it is their marks to finish that. Maybe a teacher published the marks they had, and then they had the opportunity to see not just their performance but how other students did, and then some, maybe the girl agrees. I think she's a girl, yeah. Maybe the girl agrees on the fact that publishing marks is a good idea. And maybe the Chinese, Oriental, Japanese, or I don't know what, the band on the back in the t-shirt, for him was not a good idea because he didn't obtain good results, so he felt like exposed, and then he's saying to himself, oh, why this teacher did this, it's better to have it individually, as he would like that to have. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. And now I ask my question.
Okay, now's your turn.
Okay, I didn't write them about the images, but they are just about college in general. So the first one is, which subject has been the hardest for you studying in college? So which was or which is or which has been like the hardest, the most difficult subject to take in college? Or
Okay, I think that the subject that was difficult for me was how is it? Maybe philosophy of education, of education philosophy. That was really difficult for me because I don't like since my high school philosophy, so I hate the philosophy because of a teacher that was really, I don't know how to say that, really hard with me, according with information that they used to teach us in that moment, teach me in that moment, touch that. So that was really a difficult subject. Also because I don't understand things about philosophy, and he tells us always that we have to copy a lot in our notebooks about but some philosophers that are for me in that moment doesn't matter. So it was really difficult for me, that subject, and including in college about the philosophy of education, it was really difficult too, because I don't like to read that because it's the words or the sentences or the phrases that the readings have are not so clear for me. So that is my response for you.
okay, okay, and the second one is, did any of your college teachers make a difference in your life? So did any of them has had an impact on your life, not just academic, but maybe personally, or that you say, oh, this is something I learned from this person?
Let me think. And maybe just one, but
Maybe teacher Juan Angel.
as I can remember, yes, of course. That is my
Of
answer. Yes.
course, that was the one.
Yeah, right.
Your- How you guess it? How you guess it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it was a teacher in my high school too. In my adolescence, I used to be a little bit rebel, so he was one person that reflect and me about different situations of my family and about my academic process. And his name is Michel Baracaldo, as I can remember. And yes, that was a really nice person, so intelligent, so beautiful person, as I can say. I remember a lot to him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you both for the answers, and of course about the questions you asked. And I was thinking about that. Even when we finish school or college, we still practice some activities that last for the rest of our lives. And if you had the opportunity to pick one activity of this in this bunch of pictures, which situation would you pick to keep practicing for the rest of your life? And it's going to be the same question for you both. So I don't know, Carolina, would you like to answer at first?
A situation, a good situation teacher,
Well, it could
or
be
a
an activity that you probably think that you could keep practicing for the rest of your life, but you only have to choose one. So if you want to look at those pictures and try to feel identify with probably any of those, which picture or which activity would you feel that probably you will keep practicing after school? I mean, for the rest of your life.
Well, teacher, I pick up about the practicing of sports. I think I like a lot practicing basketball and volleyball, and for different reasons, that's about time. I can't in this moment continue practicing that sports that I used to practice. But if in this moment I have to pick up, I think that that was the activity, practicing activities for all the rest of my life. It's difficult because maybe in a moment of our lives we have maybe health problems or physical problems, but for me is the best
Okay,
for
Carolina, thank you.
body or mind.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. Now, Andrea.
I think that I'll keep that image that is related to people, a lot of people together, sharing ideas and sharing information, the ones with the laptops and that stuff. Because I met at school and I also met at university people with ideas and with interests and with views, different views and that are also contributing things for me. They had a great impact in my life. I keep on learning more from people that is around me, even though they're younger, older than me, or they think differently, or they have a different view of life, or a different posture on what I have as my principles. I think that it's very important to exchange ideas and to have and take into account what others say, what others think, not just about you, but about circumstances and issues, national, international things. So having the opportunity to exchange information, to share in learning communities, or to go out with friends who are maybe school friends that I haven't seen for more than 20 years. It is good to see together again. I do that not that frequently, but sometimes we agree and see each other, and then we see what is happening in our lives, how have we advanced, what achievements do we have, what can we do for another girl, because I studied just with girls at school. So what can we do to help them, or what something that I need can I found that support in one of them. The same happens with people. I went to university, so we keep in touch. We still talk and we still see each other and try to do things together, to talk, to have and eat something, or just see each other and talk. So that it's something good that we recognize in everyone that is around us, that there are a lot of good things we can learn from them. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter their age, their economical situation, their social status, or everyone has something to teach us every day.
Okay, Andrea, thank you very much. Well, we just got to the end of this meeting. I would like you both, I would like you to thank you because you did a great job. You really did a good job today. You were so neat and clear with your ideas, and everything was really interesting and good. Okay, I just want to say that it was a really good experience. I would like to encourage you to keep practicing, to keep getting better. Remember that every time we have the opportunity to speak is the best opportunity to learn. So keep practicing and keep doing everything as well as possible. And thank you very much. Okay, thank you very, very much. It was a pleasure for me meeting you both. And I hope to probably see you next time.
Okay, teacher, thanks a lot too. It was, as you said, it was a really good experience. Having all these encounters have helped us to improve a lot, to recognize good things in our partners. Also, the opportunity to practice our English in a different environment. We always do the same simple thing every single day. So this is also a way to meet another people and to, as you said, to encourage them and to see in ourselves that we can advance and be and do better things. So I thanks a lot. I also thank you and all my partners that were all these weeks there with us, spending their time with us and letting us be in their lives too, just for these 2 hours. Thanks a lot.
Thanks to you, Andrea.
Thank you, teacher. The same for you. God bless you always. The same for you, Andrea. Thank you for this experience. I think that is the opportunity to work on practice a lot, and maybe we will see you in another opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, girls. So have a perfect rest of the week. God bless you too, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Por fin, ¿no?